So, good afternoon. It is another week and of course another edition of your very, very educative current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Erosa Agmola. Today's program will not be different. We'll be looking at a national issue. We'll be dissecting a national issue, of course, in the interest of the country's development. That's the reason why we're here, and that's the reason why my guests will always make their comments and opinions on national issues. Okay, on today's edition of the program, we'll be looking at the new service chiefs, and of course, security challenges is what we'll be looking at. We have new service chiefs now. Nigerians are talking. The appointment of these service chiefs already trailed by reactions by Nigerians and of course Nigerians in the diaspora. Politicians as well are also making their comments. Joining me to dissect the topic today is a regular face of the program, Dr. Emeka Ekuga, a clergyman and of course a social commentator. Nice to have you on the program today.
Thank you, Agbala. God bless you. Nigerians is well with you.
Hopefully my other guests will join me in the course of the program. So, new service chiefs and security challenges in focus. Let us quickly let you know that this is a development somehow has gotten over 90% commendation from Nigerians. From the statistics that we have, so many Nigerians are already commending Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari for appointing new service chiefs. It's not that the other service chiefs did not do well, but so many Nigerians thought, let there be fresh blood, fresh ideas, new persons to bring in new tactics to tackling the security challenges in the country. That's just the basics. So let's get the thought of Dr. Emeka Ekuga. But before we do that, Major General Lucky Rabo from Delta State has been appointed Chief of Defense Staff. I will let you know the others that have been appointed. But let's just quickly listen to the voice of, the comments now, Major General Lucky Rabo. But before we do that, we'll just take a brief break now, and then we'll be able to get the comments of Major General Lucky Rabo, and then my guest will dissect this topic. Okay, nice to have you back after that brief break. ITV is set for that program. But this is 60 Minutes Nigeria, a current affairs program. And like I said, we are looking at the topic, new service chiefs and security challenges in focus. And later on, we'll also look at diversifying Nigeria's economy through agriculture, where we'll be having another guest who will be talking on that. But just joining us is a former labor leader at Edo State and a highly respected clergyman, Reverend Olu Aderigbibe, also known as Comrade Olu Aderigbibe. Nice to have you on the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
good afternoon.
He's one of our regular guests on the current affairs program, and he has talked a lot on this issue of service chiefs. And now there's a new development to the situation. President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed new service chiefs. Before I give you their names, let's quickly listen to the comments of Major General Lucky Irabo. He's the Chief of Defense Staff. He hails from Delta State. So let's listen to him.
The message for the President is that we, knowing the current security environment, must do everything possible to add value to the security disposition. And that the expectations are high, and we're quite mindful of that expectation. So we collectively will work to achieve that.
Okay, that's Major General Irabor. Like I said, he's from Delta State. He's the Chief of Defense Staff, and he's the first man from Delta State to be appointed into that office as Chief of Defense Staff. We also have other highly placed military officers appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari. We have Ibrahim Attahiru, Chief of Army Staff. We have Ishaka Amaho as Chief of Air Staff. And we have our Gambo as Chief of Naval Staff. Okay, so the setting is that we have new service chiefs and expectations are high. Before the break, we're about taking the thoughts of Dr. Emeka Ekuga. So let's hear him. What's your take, Dr. Emeka Ekuga?
Well, you can see me smiling.
Okay, why are you smiling?
I am smiling because without being told.
Yes.
Earlier before now, we've been agitating for the change of the service chiefs. I thank God the Chief of Army Defense Staff has
Chief of Defense
Staff have made it clear that they have been given a marching order.
Yes.
And I want to hold him by his word. Nigerians are going to hold him by his word.
Okay.
Although he was a major player in the past administration. And let it not be that there is a new wine in an old bottle. I mean what I'm saying. Because if in 6 months he's not able to put one or two things in place, making a very vital changes in the area of security, I will also come here to tell Nigerians to start voicing out. We expected that he will be able to do something different from what we've been seeing before. You see, not that the past military administrators or administration did not do well, but majority of what they have done was in newspaper. I must say this. We only hear they have done this, they have done that, but we are not seeing it clear. We are not seeing it visibly. And this time around, we want Major General Irabor to do something differently. Let's see exactly what he is doing. Let Nigerians stand out and say, yes, according to the marching order, we can sleep. In the northern Nigerians, in the southern Nigerians, everywhere we can sleep and close our eyes. It's no longer going to be a business as usual. We have some young military officers will be sent for in the battlefield, and they will be killed, and somebody will come and say nothing happened. But this time around, he should do the needful. He should do it the way it ought to be. And I also want to say that the federal government, looking at President Muhammadu Buhari, at this point in time, should give them free hand to operate. These are military trained officers. They should be able to know how to tackle all manner of insurgency and the security issues. You should give them free hand. Let it not be that some of the leaders in Asorok, do I use the word cabals? Let me use that language somehow, are the ones who will be able to begin to dictate. And when somebody is apprehended, you will receive a phone call from behind and say the person should be freed. It should not come in this time. This time around, they should do something how it ought to be. They ought to be fearless. They ought to speak first the president one-on-one and say, this is how it ought to be. And the president has no choice to say that I put you here to do something good and reasonable for the citizens of Nigeria. And I think it will go a long way.
Okay, thank
we
you
expect
very much.
him to do something different from what has been on board game before.
We'll come back to you.
Thank you.
Reverend Oluwadele, what's your reaction to the appointment of new service chiefs?
Well, don't be elated. And now that the president has just woken up from his left side to now listen to the voices of 2 million or more than Nigerians, 200 million Nigerians, that we have been shouting, crying, we need a change. But now that he has woken up reluctantly to change them, they are welcome, and let me join others to congratulate them. Congratulating them in the sense that they too, they are part of the past regime. They may not have voice. They too have been oppressed. Because if the president can keep those retired or sacked, what do you call them?
Officers.
The officers they kept them more than necessary. Normally, they supposed not to stay more than 2 years, but they stay almost 6 or 8 years. Are you saying that people like Rabo, they will and go, that the new elected one, they have been also be agitating to be there? So which means they too have been oppressed for long. It is time now that they are on board. They should put their names in the palm of men in this country, and that they should work as a gallant soldiers and officers that have been appointed to lead and to work for the nation, not for any cabal. And because the first, what they have to do first, they should wake up to look inside the military or whatever they are rotting, in the sense that you can see there was protest. The allowances are not paid. The soldiers protested against their leaders. That, and also some people have been in that war front, so-called to be. They have been in that war front for how many years? 4 years, 5 years. You cannot change them. Then corruption has started hitting deep in Boko Haram enclave, to an extent that if the GOC convoy can be hijacked by the people you're supposed to attack or destroy, then something is happening. So they should now wake up to look inside the military, both the Air Force, both the food soldiers or food soldiers, to make sure that what is their problem. The allowances are, it is when the people are happy, if then you solve their problems and do that which is right, then we can get result. But with these things that are going on, that if they cannot look inside their constituency, they will not have any improvement. They even be worse than before. There are a lot of allegations that Brutal have houses in Dubai and others. Nobody talk about them. There are a lot of allegations that if you are not from this section of part of a nation, you cannot be in the particular place. All this zigzag posting and manipulation taking place in the military by the hierarchy, they should look into it if they want to succeed. Mostly, and very importantly, you see, before, if you can train boys brigade very well, they can beat Nigerian army. There is no ammunition, no instrument to work. A situation where AK-47 or AK-48 or whatever you can call this in the hands of the enemies, and we still have this type of shakabula, type of gun from the hands of the soldiers. What can they do with it? It's like using cutlass to find somebody who carry gun. So they should find out how they can improve in this, having equipment, both computerized equipment, so that people can know this time around. You can go know that where somebody is or where they are. You can be able to know through surveillance, through instrumentality of computerization. It's not that you begin to use aircraft to trace. It is an old analog type of system from military weaponry. So they should look into it, how they can have ammunition to fight, the weapon to fight this battle, or else there will be no result. And also, they should put in that they are fighting for the nation, not for Buhari or for any cabal in Aso Rock. But what is happening now is that you can see before a governor of a state can see the president of a country, it takes more than 3 months, and before them anything had gone wrong. So with this, for some military officers among them, to see the president, the cabal will not allow them. So the president should listen to their complaint, and though they are still acting, because they are illegally there, they are still there illegal, because it's supposed to be, the president is supposed to pass through the House of Assembly to approve their appointment, but because he said it's an emergency, anything can happen in an emergency situation. But let us see that they are still acting. They use their name, they use pencil to write their names for now, as whatever you call them. They can shoot the eraser to remove it. So I want to congratulate them, but there are many things that is happening than what we are seeing right now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, we are looking at the new service chiefs and security challenges, and my guests have emphasized, one, that President Muhammadu Buhari should be commended for listening to Nigerians, the yearnings of Nigerians. Now he has accepted the resignation of the former service chiefs, and now he has also appointed new service chiefs. That's a good one, and that's what my guests are emphasizing. My third guest is with us, but he will be introduced after this break. Okay, thanks for your patience and thanks for being a part of this program. It is 60 Minutes Nigeria, a current affairs program where we dissect national issues. We'll be looking at new service chiefs and of course the security challenges. The President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed new service chiefs and my guests are looking at the appointment. Is he right? The right persons? And they are of the opinion that yes, President Muhammadu Buhari has done the right thing for appointing new service chiefs. Just joining us is another guest. Efosa Toy is the chairman of the Oil Palm Association of Edo State, but he's also going to talk on national issues as well as the issue of agriculture, diversifying the economy. Efosa Toy, nice to have you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, the new service chiefs, it is believed that no economy can thrive, no country can develop where there is insecurity. And so many Nigerians clamored for new security chiefs. And President Muhammadu Buhari has listened to them and has appointed new service chiefs. What's your take on this?
First and foremost, is a good decision at this time when the country or the world at large is at the verge of being captured by the evil forces. It's not about a Nigerian factor, but we as Nigerians have been clamoring. I believe the Commander-in-Chief, the CNC, which is the President, that is his own area of specialty, and for him to take his time at this point, everybody's saying change his chief of staff, is not an easy thing. We saw what happened in America. Our soldiers were not docile. In America, we saw how civilians invaded the Capitol Hill without arms, and they disarmed the police. Everybody were looking at them. Destruction was being taking place. But in our own, he did it at the right time. The new service chiefs, they've been an actor in the former service chiefs. And what we are expecting them to do is to bring in technology. And that is the area, because the new soldiers we are seeing being trained in America, London, they should put them in place. How they were able to kill the terrorists in Iran. They showed the documentary, the president was just watching it. These are things we need to do. And moreover, the challenges we have in this country is not about the weapons. The Boko Haram are giving social welfare to the citizens. They share dollars, they give them things. The Nigerian army come with force, with rifle. And that is why the citizen will give the Boko Haram more intelligence than the Nigerian army. And I'm using this opportunity to also put this clear. The new service chiefs should sit down and draw out. These Boko Haram, they are Nigerians. And they come at will. They will invade the base, they will go with our arms. So why are we not doing what they are doing? By also bringing those palliatives. Somebody in the north said, when the Boko Haram come, they'll say, don't pay tax, take money, they share dollars. Our soldiers should go and say, no, these dollars we're being robbed. They kidnapped people to claim this money. You take money, empower them. The program they are doing, the president is bringing, how can they now shift it to these people and engage them? And that is the area which I believe this service chief should look at and said, okay, Mr. President, for 6 years we'll be fighting Boko Haram. Let us use another tactics by engaging them, giving them what they want. What the Boko Haram is giving them, we should also provide it. And by then we woo them to our side. I believe that is my area of difference in what these new service chiefs should do. Because if they should go back by saying we need more air power, we need more ammunition, we need more this, more that, what we hear as they are delivering it, Boko Haram will set a stage, block them, seize them. After 1 month, they will use it to attack them, but they should withdraw it. All the weapons, bring food and other things that this northerner, this Boko Haram, they have an agenda. The president and these services should look at it and say, look, what are you looking at? And then they should settle it. We've seen it all work. Dialogue is, I believe, these services should go more in dialoguing and know these people, so that at the end of it, all the service chiefs will come with a new brand of knowledge, I will believe, the 21st century technology to fight and subdue this Boko Haram. That's
Thank you. We'll come back to you.
I think
okay,
I have. There's no how. There's no how. You give your enemy gold, he will never be satisfied. Give your enemy anything, they will look for your wife. I'm telling you. So I'm not in alignment with that. We should. Okay. It's going to share money. Where do they get the money? The people got the money from kidnapping Nigerians, and then we have technical know-how of a professionals that to put in place a situation where a driver tell his boss that he was night, tell his driver that he dreamt about him. What was he doing in the night? I want to tell you that the new service chief should go technically. They should go. The government should provide scientific way of information using people technically. You see a situation where you get, I am here now, I can see Lagos. Not that I should not let one driver go to Lagos. Before I get there, they might have double crossed him. We should go scientifically to be able to, all those that have been trained, the military have trained. They say they train some people in Israel, in America. But the information that they train, there's some of them in Ghana, in Cotonou, and big men, like all those that have retired or sacked, collected the money, and they are fatter than a nation. And so this is where these new people should not do. They should first solve their problem internally. It is a happy servant that can be able to serve his boss. The people that in war front, they are not happy. Let them go into the market. The president know about it. And also that I hope that people are not having a hidden agenda. Therefore, they want to smash some area before they move, and they already move. Go to part of south to south, south to west. They already, the Boko Haram, or call them Fulani herdsmen, they are already there. They are already there to be able to destroy the people and weaken them and to run over the people. Okay, so these people should be very careful. If really they are there to fight for the nation, not for an individual, not for a political party, not for any tribal sentiment. They should fight for the nation. That's why they have that. They unite the nation through destruction of this Boko Haram. And that is it. The president want to claim up that within 3 months he will run them down. We are now going in another 8 years.
Okay. Well, I think my guest, the point they're making is that the new service chiefs must introduce technology, must introduce new approach in the fight against insurgency, especially in the northeast, and other forms of crimes, other criminal activities must be tackled. In the southwest, we've seen some security outfits like Amotekun and all of that. These new service chiefs, from whatever Lou Adedibu is saying, the service chiefs should also look at how to stop criminal elements entering the southwest and other parts of Nigeria. Well, we must also say here that not all herdsmen are into crime. Well, we have an agriculture expert with us. He will talk about it. Livestock is a form of business. So if criminal elements are infiltrating, it is the duty of security agencies to fish them out and take them out. Well, Dr. Emeka Ekuga, now we have new people. This is what Nigerians have been clamoring for. What are your expectations? What should these new service chiefs really do to impress Nigerians?
Well, let me start by saying for the past 5 years, and this is the only time Mr. President has gotten it right. Like Bishop said, he didn't wake up on time. We've been asking for this change for so long. if their tenure is for 2 years, I don't see why you should leave them there for 5 years.
It's for 8 years.
Because you want to get, he has been in that system. So you should be able to know that even when he kept them too long, he will cause more damage than repair. How do I mean? Those young men like Major General Rabo, that has been on ground, if he has been put in his position at the right time, I think they will be able to come with some intelligent gathering and force to go into this battle. But say it without mixing words. He is there now. What is expected of him to do is to do things differently from what has been done before. He should be able to gather intelligence, gather information from all angles. Then at the same time, I will also want to say this, because he will sit in the office and give order. It is the young soldiers that will go to the battle and fight. They have all it takes to fight. The weapon the Boko Harams are using, even if it was imported from outside to this country, they pass through the same Nigerian borders, whether by air or by land. And there is no way you tell me that security personnel are not aware of them. Because if you say their weapons are more sophisticated than the one of the Nigerian military, I will begin to question the capability of the federal government.
Yeah, that assertion cannot be validated on.
Good and fine. I'm just coming into a point.
Okay.
So what I am expecting the new service chiefs to do is to do things differently from what has been on ground before. They have no reason than not to deliver, not to save Nigerians from these security lapses. And at the same time, he should also do his best to make sure the young soldiers are being catered for. If their salaries are being withheld, you can imagine what muzzle. If welfares are not being put in place, what muzzle do you expect them? If while they are in the field fighting for the security of other Nigerians and their own families are not secured, what do you expect them to do? I think the best needed of the new service chiefs is that they should put their best. If they do the right thing, Nigerians will raise their voice and say, these people are trying. Whoever want to intimidate them, either the cabals or whatever, will be able to hear that Nigerians are saying one thing, that they are trying, so they have to allow them to do whatever they need to do. I said it before, the presidency should give them the free hand to operate. I think they know the best thing to do.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we have been making comments as regard the new service chiefs. You can see their faces, very gallant officers of the Nigerian military. Don't forget that Nigeria has a reputation to maintain. Nigeria is believed to have one of the best land soldiers. So, that's infantry, land soldiers. That reputation, I believe, will be sustained, will be maintained. Okay, we're going to look at another issue, because it is believed that for any economy to actually develop, security must be handled. So we have handled the issue of security. Mr. President has appointed new security chiefs. So we'll just give them time and see the new ideas that they will introduce to tackle insecurity in the country. But another big problem is the problem of poverty. And Mr. President has not hidden his intention to diversify the economy of Nigeria. He has always said that agriculture must be used to revive the economy of Nigeria. Agriculture will provide employment, and that invariably will enhance the welfare of citizens. I'm going to start now with Reverend Luadiri. It looks strange, but I'm going to start with him because he is an elderly man and he knows what Nigeria has achieved before now. There used to be the granite pyramid in the north. And of course, Nigeria used to do very well in terms of farm produce. Now, we understand that Malaysia is one of the best now when it comes to palm produce. Those yesteryears, what happened, Reverend Luadiri?
Well, we have lost the track. We are after oil. Every person, 70% big men in this country, plus the National Assembly members, their target is NNPC. oil, what we call rich, on what do you call oil well, and buying. They want to become this and that. Everybody focus on oil. They are forgetting the foundation, our founding fathers like Tafawa Balewa, like Awolowo and Zik and others. We are pursuing situation. Most of retired generals, they are the owners of the oil wells. Before civilian, now they retire, they now become civilian, contesting, want to become governor and other things. They now spend money anyhow. Today, oil is no more lucrative as expected, especially during Obasanjo regime. But now, what is the next? We should go back for farming. And that's the part of what we are talking, that the security men should be vigilant and work well. Because there's Indian agenda in the country of Nigeria. When we are talking about agriculture or diversification, where do you have the land? We have the land, but the land has been wasted, especially in the southwest. Some people came in overnight. A situation where a human being is living in the forest. Is that the house? But people kept quiet, and we had the military, we had the police. Some people,
they should fish them out.
Some people were arrested sometime in Edo State. We had it not because of those who protested. They arrested these people, about 13 or 15 of them. We were told that they escaped from police custody. Today, I don't think they brought them back because they are from one particular side of the country.
No, we cannot validate that.
I'm talking.
Okay,
that was rumor. They put it that way. So, how long can we now stand on a solid ground? Yeah. Agriculture matters mostly for us, because if there's no food, no yam, no gari, how do we survive? We cannot drink oil.
You're right.
So I want to appeal that the government of the central bank is not helping issue. Thank God our brother is here. Further that we are just using agriculture by mouth, on paper. Agriculture matter is not in the south. My brother is in Taraba. He collected machines and they were giving them money, cash, to go and do farming. And they build storage for them. Where do you have it here? Even our men, who are supposed to be our leaders here in the south, they pocketed the money and begin to go abroad. And when they come, they begin to do borehole and empowerment by machine. If they don't know if that's what we are talking about, they will buy hand machine and then give it to street people. Television will carry it. And that man is good. And put borehole of 150,000, 1 billion, the money for agricultural matter to give to people. Bulldoze land, buy crops, and let people be on it, and you can control it, because you cannot control what you don't have. If you give bulldoze land, give them seed to plant, and supervise it, at the end of the year, everybody, government get its own, they get their own. There will be more expansion, there will be more food. But the station where governor wife have a market that is selling yam, ask me where is his farm? So there's the people at the top, they have destroyed the situation, and central bank, go to central bank, how much has he given to the south for agriculture? How much has he released to another part of the country? Are we visitors in this country?
Okay,
so let us go to know where we are going.
Let's get the thought of Fosato. You are the chairman. Palm produce those things. Now, agriculture. It is believed that unemployment can be tackled through agriculture. Is that true?
Of course, that is true. The bishop just finished analyze some areas.
Yeah, I saw you were nodding your head when he was talking.
Because agriculture in the north is different from agriculture in the south. But the president cannot be held responsible. Our leaders, I'm using this today to tell our senator, House of Rep, one of our House of Rep member is training his constituency how to do leather. I was just looking at him. What leather?
No, let's go straight to agriculture.
No.
He's making a point.
I'm trying to give you what we have.
Just go straight to agriculture.
Do you know I'm here today because I could not meet this program? I said I will be here. We have Owina Basin in this state. And we have NIFO. We have our trademark. But our constituency leaders, because these NSAS have really exposed some part, but the other part have not been exposed. And we are saying insecurity. Bishop, I'll beg you. I've been to your church. We need people like you to teach your members that the prophecy and what they are saying, because it's not only the politicians. They should tell them that the era we have now, if we don't sow, we will not reap. And the way you analyze it now, let us start working. This insecurity is from our home. And once we tell ourselves the truth, that is where you get the word character. Since last year, we've been clamoring. CBN will say, bring this, bring that. Every document they will send to Mr. President, he will sign. No collateral, let the governor do this. It's only, I'll give it to the governor of Edo State. Because sometimes people will say, the governor of Edo State said, it's not business as usual. And he has a reason why he's saying that.
Is it in terms of agriculture?
Agriculture,
now?
yes.
Because the government made it clear that politicians should not be allowed to hijack the funds for agriculture.
Let me tell you, yes, yeah. He said it clearly. Because there are records. So many people who has no farm, who have not planted anything, we call them portfolio farmers. Because they have the link. This governor now of Edo State blocked it. And he said it's not business as usual. And now, I told them, it's just because of the little crisis, this court, whatever, we've not been able, and the commissioners are not there. I'm not in PDP, but he has a program. What we are begging is that let we go back to our homes, the church, because that is where information goes faster. Tell them, what are you doing? People who are migrating now, you are saying in one particular part of the north. I am telling you, in my farm, you will employ a Benin man, he will not work. You will employ a data man, he will not work. They prefer to come to the urban areas to beg. But you see the northern people, they will leave their place. You tell them, this is what you want to do. They will say, give us food, they will work. That is why in our farms, if they have another separate agenda, I don't know. But this I'm saying now, ask any farmer, who are you, who do you have in your farm working? He will tell you from the north. And who are we employing now? Domestic workers. He will tell you from the north. Then you will now ask ourselves, where is this gospel of hatred coming from? We grew up in this country, we know this is the north, east, west. It's just like what is happening now. This is a season of cocoa. What are we experiencing now? The herdsmen are trying to graze. The cocoa we are planting. How can you plant and cow will come and eat it? But there is a way.
Is that not what we're talking?
No,
I'm making a point.
Yes.
But there is a way. That same part has been the, you see the northern, they have a part where they used to go year by year, year by year. And development is coming. People are not advancing. If they are coming, we call them zombie, but I don't think they are zombie. They have what it takes for them to lead. They will go through this route. And they passed through this year, they did not grade here. They are coming again. They see new crops. They don't know what it is because they don't plant cocoa. It's left for our leaders to say, look, because anything you do now, even in Benin here, those days if they want to do better, they use goat. But now it's cow. Do we rear cows? We are the one patronizing them, and that is why they are all swimming here to bring
most of the cow in Edo State, most of them are owned by traditional rulers and big men.
And we are the one consuming.
We are the one consuming it.
Why are we not buying goat? Why are we not buying? Because why are we not using the local cow?
Cow, yes.
See,
where is the goat? Where is the goat?
Comrade, let me come in. Let me come in.
Doctor, just before you come.
Let me just round up.
Before you round up, now you must place your point properly,
yes,
so that members of the public can be enlightened. You are making a point. Now, there used to be local breed,
yes,
of cow bred by the Benins.
Yes.
They said
the
they said it doesn't have long horns.
Because they get Emila.
Here are those type of local breed now.
You see them scanty in the villages. Scanty. Because do you know why we must go back to the drawing board? Today, I will tell somebody I'm a farmer. my area of farming, we do other farming, but we are purely on palm produce. Now, I will tell you, the people working in the farm who harvest, they are from Akwa Ibom. The ones that carry are from Nasarawa. The people milling are from Rivers. The owner, we are not up to 3 that are indigenous of this town. Assuming there is war, those people will overrun us because they are there. Now, my question is this: the government of the day is not about a north or south. The government of the day should put what it needs to put on ground. The president has started his security, infrastructure. There's no road. The bishop is saying, how can somebody be living in forest? A man is living in forest because his cattle is eating grass there. He need to sleep there. But
Sir,
let me tell you one thing.
We have milk now. Sir, we have picnic. We have this thing. Can they not do picnic in Kano?
No, sir.
But there's a purpose for it.
Sir, there's a sir, let me tell you this. We are all Nigerians. We should not promote hatred.
No.
We should promote love.
We are talking about equality.
Before
promote equality.
You know, equity. Yes, if it's equity,
we are talking about. No, if you give some people billion in part of the country and some in
sir, let me land. The same money was given to us.
No,
sir, no. I'm telling you, I'm there. Sir, let me tell you what is going on. Quote me. The same money that was given to the north was the same money they gave to the south. What our problem here is this issue of they will bring a share is the same road they do. Why is it the one in the north is better than the one in the south?
Okay, I thought we'll come back to you, but I think you've made your point. And if I will situate your point, one, because our viewer out there need to be enlightened.
Yes.
The youths should start working. Go back to the farms.
With what?
Go back to the farms. You say you are a youth, you don't have
funds.
You say you are a youth, you don't have employment. Farm is there for you.
But there's an empowerment that was created.
Yes.
That the youth are not access and they have no access to it.
So we'll come back to you, but I've just been told we'll take a break now before we continue this discussion.
Okwenze Day. Okwenze Day. Okwenze Day. The Hazard Royal Family of Usain Kingdom presents Family Reunion 2021, tagged Okwenze Day. Date January 30th to 31st. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue at Ihaza Royal Family Compound, Usain, Edo State. Featuring Youth Gala Night, Live Band, Usain Cultural Dance, and Thanksgiving at Ihaza Tabernacle. Music by Minister of Yoruba Fuji Music. This message is brought to you by Chief Sir Gabriel Osawari Benedion, the Esama of Benin Kingdom, son of Okwenze Ihaza.
Yes, I hope you are enjoying the discussion. You can see that it's becoming very emotional, heated. But my guests are all interested in the development of this wonderful country. The land is green. The youths should go back to the farm. In Oriomo, local government area, we have vast land. The youths should not all settle here in Benin City. Go back to your villages and farm, and you make something out of farming. That's what my guests are emphasizing. But yes, your closing remark.
Let me take my closing remark. My great comrades, my bishop, they have been able to hit some points in the area of agriculture.
Yes.
And it all boils down in doing the right thing at the right time.
Okay.
The governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has been doing his best.
Okay.
And I believe with what he has put in place in this his second tenure regarding to agriculture in focus is something that is going to be so wonderful. He has been carrying the he's ready to carry the people of Edo State to a very right direction. But I want to advise him that in the area of agriculture, he should do his best to make sure whomever is appointing there as a commissioner for agriculture should be able to be somebody who is on ground and also who will be able to identify those in the agricultural sectors.
Okay. Real farmers.
Yeah, real farmers.
The authentic farmers.
If he has been able to stop some of the politicians, like my brother said,
portfolio
kind of agriculture, farmers.
Yes.
If he has been able to do that, I think he will also do better to make sure he monitor whatever that should be put in place to make sure agriculture become one of the best way again to rise the economy of our nation. And
yes. Thank you. Closing remarks, Reverend Lua.
Matter of
yes.
The youth cannot just. There's no land. We have land, but there's no land. Most of the land have been sold to these Boko Haram people to rear their cattle. But what you are talking, accessibility of finance. Do you still hear about ADP? No, you for the past 10 years. Do you hear you are in about ADP?
I understand that
ADP is there. It's
a system, but is it functional?
It's functional.
As before.
ADP is functional, but some persons hijacked it in their pocket.
My dear, the money bot is there. It's not working. We should say the truth. Let the governor or whoever is in charge go and visit ADP. Then call the youth. We have land. Look at grant. Look at
provide security also.
Go and provide security. Go ahead. You hear about 9-4. 9-4 is a caca of its own. One man came out on television station showing 9-4 about oil palm. It's only other people are now having oil palm than 9-4. Okay. So government should review their policy and they'll be able to go into agricultural and city where and then invite the youth to come and take over.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I can see that time is not always our friend. A lot to be said. But I believe that our viewers out there have benefited from today's discussion. Thank you, my guests, for being a part of today's program. And that's the show. Do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.